Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe, brought to you by Entrigue magazine. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton, and today we welcome my brother from another mother, Face, to the show. How are you, boss?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
I'm telling you, brother, when I talk about you, whether it be to other people or with you, right. I always remember that gold jacket that you made for me when I was hosting the Keri's Corner radio show.
Classic.
Can I tell that story?
Yes.
Just
about, yeah, tell them.
I mean, the thing is, I've always respected you as a designer. I've known you for at least 10 years now. And I was just kind of like, yo, I need something crisp. I need something dope. I need something really hot for the radio show. And you presented this jacket with all these patches on it that had dope sayings and Keri's Corner on the back. The problem was the jacket was bright gold. Yes. And I was like, yeah, I am not wearing that. So I had an event. You said, Keri, just trust me. I said, yeah, I respect you, brother, but I don't respect this jacket, truthfully. And I had to go to some fashion event somewhere, and for whatever reason, it was the perfect jacket for the weather, maybe. Not too heavy, not too light. I wore the jacket, and it was definitely at a fashion show. And everybody at the fashion show, from the other designers, models, producers, yo, that jacket. That became my favorite jacket that very day. The lesson learned was trust the person that's in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
So, shout out to you for that dope jacket.
Thank you. Well, you got to trust the eyes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that I still have. Still have that jacket. Still in good shape. So, you're from one of my favorite countries in the Caribbean, Haiti.
Yeah.
And right this second, as I'm saying the word Haiti and I'm looking at you, I'm thinking how badly right now I wish I had some black rice. How old were you when you came to the States?
I was 14.
Okay, 14 years old. Where, Port-au-Prince?
Yeah.
Cape, what's the other, Cape? I always pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, so
Cape
basically,
Haitian?
Yeah, so basically I was born in Haiti, but I also grew up in Guadeloupe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I came here when I was 14,
so
13 and a half, 14.
You're an island surfer.
Yeah.
An island hopper. Wow. And you came here when you was 14.
Yes, sir.
Before you got to the States, was you into fashion?
Nah,
No?
I was not. I didn't get there till like late 20s.
Okay.
And but it always been around me. Like I think always been my path, but I just never took it seriously. Because sometimes you got a gift, but it takes you a while to open it.
Absolutely.
And then you go back and realize that you always had it, and then you just open it and then figure it out from there.
Absolutely. When I first met you, again, you had the Fancy Face clothing line for a decade.
Yeah.
And that's around the time that I met you. That's the brand that you were pushing.
Yeah.
I think your line not only was just so dope for the cuts that you had, the design, the types of shapes that you presented with your clothing, but of course, obviously, your brand was famous for different sayings.
Right.
I'm wearing one of your hats now.
Yeah,
and
that's one of my classic ones.
And what does the saying mean? What does it mean to you?
It says face yourself, but it's on backwards, so you can only see it, face yourself, when you're facing yourself in the mirror. So that was one of the things I had to do as a creative or as a person. I had to face myself, meaning that I had to stop blaming other people for things I was doing that wasn't right. And if I wanted to be something or do something positive, I just had to face myself and just do it.
And so a lot of the slogans and sayings and quotes on the patterns that you put together with the Fancy Face clothing line came from
life. Like like when people ask me what inspired me, I said life.
Wow.
Basically life, everything you've been through, and everything I want to see in the world. So I remember when I first started, I used to, I went and told my friends like, hey man, I want to do fashion, and you don't know Asia about fashion. I said, that's right, but fashion don't know Asia about me.
See?
So it's just a thing about, if it's for you, it's for you.
Right.
If you water it, it's gonna grow.
Yes.
So, I started learning about the best cotton, the best t-shirt, which one to use, which one not to use, and kind of use everything that basically all the resources I didn't have, I kind of used that to my advantage. Meaning I started figuring out how to do things without.
Right.
You know, and then that's what made me unique.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what made me different. You know, and you know, I don't even like to call myself like a designer, more of a creative.
Okay.
Because now I just love to create.
Yeah, your clothes specifically we're talking about the Fancy Face clothing line. It seemed like art, just walking art. When you wore it, you felt like you were a walking canvas.
Yeah, it's just a statement piece is wearable art.
Right.
You know, and basically that's all what I go for, because everybody wanna. You know, my main thing was to tell everybody it's okay to be you.
Right, exactly.
That was one of the main things. And when I first started, one of my main thing was just I want to change the world. And how you change your world is by changing your world.
Right.
You know, and then it's, number one, you got to face yourself and be you.
The man in the mirror.
Yeah, because the faster you become who you're supposed to be, the fastest the people that are looking for you will find you.
That's wow.
You know,
He's just dropping 1,001 jewels today. Are they going to be on the hats next? That's going to be the next thing. Because now, Vesta Klozet.
Yes.
What is the
Vesta Klozet.
The name mean? Klozet.
So it's honor to my mother. My mother's name was Vesta.
Okay.
And Klozet was a project I wanted to do after Fancy Face clothing. We went on and opened up a store called The Spot NYC.
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, yes. But prior to that, I wanted to open up a space called The Closet. The reason why is when people ask you, hey, where did you get this hoodie from? You're like, oh, I got it from The Closet.
Right.
And then it's just like a conversation started.
Right.
And then after I left The Spot, and I said, you know what, let me, it's been in my heart for me to start this brand. Vesta Klozet was born.
Oh man, upcycled pieces. What are those?
Yeah. So basically, I like to take like old stuff, add my own little flavor to it, and give it another life. And basically, it becomes a lot of. I like to do a lot of one-on-ones.
Right.
A lot of custom one-on-one pieces.
Right.
Art pieces, and that make it your own.
Correct.
Basically.
Something nobody else is going to be wearing.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
And basically giving it's green is better for the world.
Right.
So that's basically what it is, Vesta Klozet.
And now that I know that it's named after your mom in part, I'm going to wear it with even more pride. Because right now I'm wearing one of your hoodies.
Yes.
And a throwback Fancy Face hat. I want to, represent properly. You got a lot of empowering messages with Vesta Klozet, such as flower to the people. Now, what does that mean?
So basically, flower to the people is all about bringing people their flowers while they can still smell it.
Oh, okay.
Because most of the time when we do, it's too late. So while you're still here, I tell you I love you, I appreciate you, and everything. So actually, it kind of started with Fancy Face. So what I used to do is with flower to the people, every time you purchase a piece that I did, I would give a fabric flower. So you're supposed to give it to somebody you appreciate, somebody you love, and this person is supposed to give it to somebody else, and create that circle. So the main thing is for it to come back to you.
Hate has been canceled is a very popular phrase on one of on your clothing line.
Yeah. So sometimes when I say that, people say, "Oh, we wish," but I'm like, if you cancel it around you, you'll be all right. It's about you.
Yeah.
And if you, cancel it around you, if you're all about love and everything, you should be all right.
And one of my favorites, because I love my mom, is "She will change the world."
Yeah, she would change
the world. Where did that come from?
Yeah, well, it was basically from, I had another piece that says "Love will change the world." And I think one time, I can't really remember, but I just came up with it, like, "She would change the world," about like 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, it's self-explanatory, man.
Man, brother, you didn't been working though. You were hired by Spike Lee's agency to design the hero piece for Brooklyn Brewery's global campaign.
Yes, sir.
What was it like working with the legendary Spike Lee's campaign?
Man, it was eye-opening. Like, I learned a lot on set. Just even designing the piece, like, I really designed 4 pieces and they chose 1. It was, I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
And before we wrap up, brother, I have to ask you about what is probably your most signature saying. And it's on the back of my hoodie right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you can't see it because it's on the back, but I'm not Hollywood, I'm Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Explain that.
I can't even put that into words. It's just
Try. Try.
If you know, you know, because it's just like I'm not Hollywood. I'm Brooklyn.
And that describes you.
Yeah, I'm not Hollywood. I'm Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know, it's just I'm not overproduced. There's no, you know.
I'm gonna say you're not fake.
I'm not fake.
I can say it. Yeah.
You get me. You know, and that's all it is.
And that's got to be one of your most popular.
Yeah, it definitely is now. It's literally global.
Right.
Like with the commercial they're airing in Europe, all over the place and everything. Yeah, it's outside, man.
It's all about Brooklyn. See.
It's all about Brooklyn. We outside.
Right
we
there,
outside.
right there.
And one of the thing I love the most is when people text me a picture of people wearing that in Brooklyn or she would change the world or that. Man, that's a different high.
Yeah.
That's a
Because you know
different high.
that your love and your art and your passion is
people get it.
Yeah.
People get it.
Yeah.
I have people cry, man, sometimes when I do their one-of-one. Wow. And it's because it's not just like, oh, make me a one-on-one.
Right.
I go and ask you question about you.
Exactly.
And really try to get your energy and then bring it back, put it into a piece. So it's art, you know.
Right.
It's not just, oh, I'm going to look good. Now that means something.
Right. It's self-identifiable.
Yes, sir.
Let people know how they can get in contact with you if they want to shop, because I know that you're at a boutique in the Dumbo section of Brooklyn.
Yes, we just opened up in Dumbo on 145 Front Street.
Okay.
Vesta Klozet is basically the Instagram, VESTAKLOZET, Vesta Klozet, and I'm still Francie Face, FRNTZY, FACE, Instagram. So hit me up.
You one of the best, man. I got a closet full of your stuff in my crib. Hats,
everything.
Hoodies.
You have a lot.
I have a lot.
Even like stuff like maybe not my pieces, but you probably got it from the store.
I got a lot of your pieces though.
I know you do, but you got
pieces,
some of pieces.
Yeah,
like,
I got a lot of your pieces, man. And so, because I feel proud. When I did the promo for Sessions Cafe TV show, we did a photo shoot out in Baltimore. Really, really dope brother named Peter Green. And I wore plenty of your pieces.
I got a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
You sent me a lot of those magazine cover. And
yeah, you got to represent.
I actually designed your album cover.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, for my spoken word album. Man, we've been doing a lot of things together. Well, thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. We got to have you come back next time and talk more about what you're doing next.
Let's do it.
All right?
All right.
We'll be back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe, brought to you by Entrigue magazine. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton, and today we welcome my boy, my brother, art extraordinaire, Mr. Tony Major. How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. You so laid back and all that other stuff, right?
I'm always like this.
I like the vibe. We're going to get right into it, man. You're one of the dopest artists I've met. I had the pleasure of meeting you a couple of years ago out on Jamaica Avenue, or the Coliseum Mall specifically in Queens. I was just out there looking around for an outfit to wear to the Roxbury Unity Parade in Boston, which is an event that I host every year. I wanted something really, really unique, and you blessed me completely with a pair of jeans that had the symbols for all of the 4 cities that I lived in my life: New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, and Houston. And I always said to myself, I got to give back to this brother for making this happen for me. That was a really dope pair of pants. And you threw that together kind of quick.
Oh, that's what I do. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been airbrushing since the late 80s, and I've been drawing since I was a little kid.
Yeah, you was 4 years old. What does a 4-year-old draw?
I was drawing a lot of cartoons in the newspaper.
Okay, so newspaper, you was copying them?
Yeah.
Was you doing a good job? Was you making Ernie and Bert look?
You remember the TV guy when they say, hey, draw this, you're supposed to send this in? Well, I sent one in at 6, and I was accepted to the school, but I was too young to go in.
That's pretty dope, bro.
So
What did you draw?
I think it was a pirate or something.
Wow. So you've always been a person that was really nice with your hands in terms of artistic ability.
Yeah.
And I know that you're a big Marvel Comics fan.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite characters?
My favorite character in Marvel Comics to draw was Silver Surfer when I was coming up.
And why? Was it because it was easier, because it was challenging?
Hard.
Okay.
I mean, the reflections in his skin, I guess you would say, was always challenging.
Challenging. Wow.
Now I like the Wolverine the most.
Okay.
To draw.
I was an okay drawer. I mean, I wasn't stick figure bad, but I was okay. I still like to draw sharks, and for whatever reason, my mother said I used to always like to draw clowns that were crying. I don't know what the hell that was about. I was a weird kid. But you drew comic books. How does one draw comic books, and then what age were you when you started doing that?
About 8, 9. You know, you just take a ruler and you make the boxes on the paper like they do in the comic books, and you just draw inside of it and make up a story.
So you was young. You knew that you wanted to be an illustrator.
It was something I was always good at.
Okay. As we're gonna get into a little touchy subject, especially since we're here in New York City, right? You used to do subway graffiti.
Yeah.
So you was tagging the trains, bro?
I was mostly insides. I didn't really do too much outsides on the trains because up until high school I was only 5'3", so I was really short.
So you was beautifying the inside of the A train.
Yeah, I was a marker fiend.
So was you a tagger, or was you actually doing pieces on the inside of the damn train?
I did tags inside the trains, and I did pieces on handball courts in my neighborhood.
Did you ever get caught tagging the train?
No.
No?
No. I used to be able to run pretty good.
So you would just get in there with one of them thick markers that they used to have at the art stores, and you used to just turn those
pilots, magnums, uni wires, mini wires, You
used to violate those poor trains.
Yeah, till I was about 21, 22 years old.
Was it ever a situation where you tagged a train and then later on at some point you saw the same tag? You saw your tag on a train?
I saw my tag on, I did like a couple of throw-ups, you know, on the outsides of trains, and one of them actually made a TV show, The Equalizer, the original one. It's on the train that goes by in the beginning credits.
Now explain to our viewers what a throw-up is in case they don't know.
It's just like a little bubble letter, you know, outline, and you fill it in real quick. It's something that you're designed to do in under a couple of minutes if you can do it that fast.
I'm sorry, I know they have statute of limitations that didn't pass, so I gotta ask these questions. How the hell do you tag a subway train in New York City? Or not tag, but do a throw-up. How do you spray paint the outside of a train?
Well, either you get into the yard or you go into the layups. The layups where they would put trains before everything was rush hour.
Right.
In Brooklyn, they would lay up trains from East New York to Euclid Avenue on the express
tracks. Right, yeah.
And you know, you just get off the train, let everybody go, and you hop down on the tracks and you get in the train. I had a key.
Bruh.
I had a master key to everything that ran on the tracks at one time.
Oh, we don't want to get into that. That might be a little too much. But wait a minute, in terms of criminal activity. But wait a minute, you got in the tracks like where the rats in the third rail are?
Yeah.
You weren't afraid of the rats on the third rail?
No.
Oh, we definitely have that difference of opinion, brother, because them rats terrify me. And you weren't afraid of getting electrocuted?
Well, you know not to step on the third rail, and you just got to be careful.
Wow. Damn. Well, he's a brave brother and a talented one. But I'm sure you have opinions about these dudes doing the subway surfing.
That's crazy.
That's just idiotic.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. What are your thoughts on the whole tagging era, that part of hip hop that's oftentimes overlooked in favor of breakdancing and of course rapping? A lot of people forget that graffiti was an integral part of
it definitely
hip-hop.
was. It's getting more popular now from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of street artists coming out, and like a few weeks back I did the Hall of Fame, Graffiti Hall of Fame.
Wow, okay, where's that at?
That's on 106 in Park.
Okay, in Harlem.
And they had all kind of the old schools and artists out there, and it was great seeing some of the talent that came out there.
What did you think of the movie Wild Side? It's one of my favorite hip hop movies of all time, and that movie actually focuses a great deal on graffiti.
Believe it or not, I didn't really get into the movie because I was living it.
Okay.
You know, I was already living it. So for me to see it in the movie didn't seem as realistic as what I've seen in real life.
A little staged.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was all right.
You were a senior in high school, and your art teacher, and I think it's very, listen, I'm an author today because of my sophomore English teacher, Ms. Gonfer. So I love this part of your story, that Mr. Deegan, he was your high school art teacher. What school did you go to?
I went to Beach Channel High School in Rockaway Park and out on the Rockaways.
Yeah. Wow. So how did Mr. Deegan play a part in the artist that you've become today?
He was my favorite artist. He always encouraged me to draw and to challenge myself. And he brought his airbrush to school.
Oh, wow.
And he let each of us try it, and I tried it, and I was hooked right there.
He was addicted.
Yeah. A couple years later, you know, when I got a job, I actually bought my own, and I'm self-taught.
That's what's
for
up,
the most
man.
part.
So airbrushing is actually like an escapism for you. Do you ever feel like you have those days where you're really stressed out? I mean, because my escapism is often writing, listening to music. Would you say yours is airbrushing?
It's one of them. I like to do, I've done music in the past too, but airbrushing is my main thing.
You're an artist?
Yeah.
Okay, rap, sing?
I was rapping and I was producing.
So you grew up in the hip hop era,
right?
You encompassed it, and that became kind of like your escape from the BS.
DJing, the breakdancing, the graffiti.
That's
I did
dope.
all of that. The mic.
And in terms of fashion, as I talked earlier about how we met, you designed those really dope pants for me that I still have and I still rock. I got to get a new pair from you though. I definitely have to talk to you about it. Huh?
They holding up?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I take good care of my prized clothes, you know what I mean? But I got to get something new from you. Nikki Hilton's first season, the first season of her clothing line. Talk to me about that a little bit.
I was shopping for art supplies in Pearl Paint, and a guy, Ross Friedman, asked me something about silk screening, and I just went off the top of my head and explained what he needed to get and what he needed to do real quick. He calls me up. 3 days later, I'm in Vegas, and I'm working on her clothing line with Ross Friedman, Alan Friedman. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
To see how that's done from somebody's thought to actually walking down the runway to seeing people wearing it.
I was gonna say that must be pretty dope to watch your work, your art, on somebody's clothes.
Yeah, and it was a trip because they used the first thing I drew.
What do you mean?
When I met them, I walked into the office. They said, you could draw in there. And the very first thing I drew for them is what they used.
Wow. I know it's important to you not to just utilize your art as a form of self-expression, but it's important for you to pass your talent and your skills on to others, kids in particular. You're interested in teaching art to kids?
I've taught a few classes already, but I would like to teach art to kids because this is something that a kid could go pro in grade school if he's got the talent. So
You think you'd like to be like Mr. Deegan, or would you like to teach it in a different format? How would you teach kids in a formal setting if you could have it done any way you want to do it?
I would do it any way that I could. I mean, I would do it like Deegan did it, and then I would, do one-on-ones, or I would do, let's say, like a group setting where everybody's painting the same thing, so they all get the same lesson at the same time.
Yeah, because I mean, you never forgot that man, and I feel like you could give that same mentorship experience to a young person, man.
I taught a couple people here and there.
Did they ever come back and say, "Hey, thank you"? And
yeah, they have.
We gotta figure out a way to make that happen. Because I know you just got back from Florida.
Yeah, I was living in Jacksonville for a minute, but it's nothing like New York.
Nothing like New York. And I've been, following you on Facebook. I was like, when this brother comes back, I gotta try to figure out a way to thank you for what you did for me. I wanted to make sure that there was a way that I could, facilitate something. So you a guest on the show now, but we're gonna work out some things. We're gonna put some things together for you, brother, because I think that your talent is phenomenal, and I think that your gift needs to be shared, not just with kids, but with everybody. And I want to find a way that you can inspire other people, as well as teach them about the craft and how to respect the craft as well.
As soon as I find a place to do the lessons at, I will let you know.
All right, we gonna work on some things. Let everybody know how they can get in touch with you if they want to get some airbrushing on their pants or their jacket or their hat or their house.
Yeah, I do anything from, as you've seen, I've done murals, anything. So you can find me on Instagram under Toneism Airbrushing. I'm on Facebook under Toneism Airbrushing.
Okay.
I'm there under Tone 1 Major. That's my main page that I answer the quickest.
All right.
And I'm on Snapchat and TikTok and just about everything.
Your Instagram, people could probably see your work, right?
Yeah, Instagram is the best because, the way it's formatted, it's nothing but pictures. You don't get my opinions like you do on Facebook.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Well,
cool. Thank you, Tony, for being a guest on our show, brother. And thank you for blessing not just me, but the world with your art. It's a dope thing that you can take urban landscapes with your talent and make them beautiful.
Thanks.
That's talent that needs to be respected and embraced, and I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you for inviting me.
Of course, boss. We'll see you guys next week on Sessions Cafe.